Game number 3, Protoss versus Terran. And the Slayers player starts to the left side of Antigua Shipyard. In the red, we have
Slayers Puzzle.
Slayers Puzzle with a strong performance on map number 1 was able to edge out a winner, but the Terran player, he tied the series up, forced this last game. He starts cross position to the right. It is
Samsung Reality.
Reality, man. He is showing that he can represent his team and represent the Kespo organization. And so far, so good for this guy. I really feel we are going to see the same build. This is something that it works once, it works twice, works 3 times. I mean, in the first game it didn't work, but it could have worked and should have worked if he had the information he needed.
That's a good map for this build, so
yeah. I really like it. The best map for the build, though, is definitely the map we saw last game, where the third command center can easily be put from the main into the to the third base. It can be used in the same way on Tomb Valley. In Tomb Valley, Cloud Kingdom, third base is right next to the main. You just pop it over there, fly it back if you need to.
Reality this time is going for gas.
Yeah.
He's changing things up quite a bit, so on a map where he could use the strategy once again, he decides against it, he goes for gas, and we will see what kind of tech he wants to pull off here. We already have a block at the ramp. He wants to make sure that this SCV is not being able to get in here. And of course, Puzzle now, we're like, okay, let's see what you're gonna do. Let's get this robotics out there on the observer so that I can get an idea of what exactly you plan.
This is really cool. Changing things up. Puzzle is going to be a little bit in the dark about this. If he goes for pressure again with 3 gates instead of the Robo, that would be interesting to see. Going second gas though when he's denied here. We saw him last game get scouted with the second gas though and go for the Nexus instead. This is something that he may be able to deny this time. No, not without the Zealot, no core. The SCV will see it no matter what.
Yeah, the SCV already on the way and is really close. And now we have the second gas for Reality. He adds the second refinery, so this indicates that we are going to see Cloak Benches here for our Kespo player.
Yeah,
completely different style from what he used so far.
And this build is so unused right now. The last time I can think of a Cloak Banshee build against a Protoss, like with Cloak first, like a fast Cloak, was against Guinea Pig in Code A, and it's been a while. This is something that is going to be very unlikely Puzzle expects.
It's oh my god, Puzzle is starting things off with the Twilight Council.
This is going to be the worst possible scenario for him.
It depends on how fast he adds his robotics now. If he wants to go for a Blink build here, then of course he needs also robotics so that he can start with the Observer. But this is already buying Reality the time that he needs. Yeah. I feel that this build that Reality uses is still, I mean, might not be used as often as it was before in Korea, but especially in Europe we still see it a lot.
2 gates. If he goes for a DT expand, then he's going to be in so much trouble because it's very easy for Reality to make a Raven. He's actually going for a Hellion drop though, rather than the Banshees. A little bit surprising.
With the double gas, I really expected him to go for the Cloak here, and the Cloak would have basically won him the game. If you look at what we see at this point with the Blink being researched, there is nothing coming up, so a Cloak build would have kind of won him the match.
And now actually this is going to be, the tables just got flipped upside down like taking a pancake on the stove because...
Pancake?
Yeah, if you have a pancake, you flip it on the stove, man.
I know. That just, I mean...
Yeah, you know a lot about these things.
Hey, I am Pan King Prime.
He is good,
Pancake
man.
King Prime.
He's good at the pancakes. I tried them recently. I finally was able to do that. But anyway, Blink Stalkers against this, it's great for the Protoss. He's already got the Stalkers in play, and he's going to defend this drop, no problem. The Marines even are not really going to be all that useful against this fast of a Blink. He sees the drop. Oh, wow, this is so tough for Reality to make work. He starts a command center back at home, but this is not going to be something he can accomplish.
No.
And if he actually gets Blink and goes for the attack still, aggressively on the map, there's nothing Reality can do to defend.
Yeah, there's actually not a lot. He had this a lot of excess gas that he used, of course, now for the first siege tank, as you can see, and he starts with the next medevac. But definitely, even the... This is actually pretty nice. That was a nice touch there. The bunker immediately in the main base because he realizes that he will have to deal with Blink, so he wants to have a bunker in order to be super safe here. But he doesn't have an expansion just yet. He gets his orbital now. He gets the second one, the command center. But it's a pretty difficult situation, a tricky one for Reality to be in. Especially with the Stalkers now actively searching for the medivac.
With the second siege tank, he will be able to hold his main, but he will not be able to move that command center to the low ground. If he does, then Puzzle will just keep harassing him, blink into his main base. There's not enough for him to defend. And Puzzle still hasn't made a Nexus.
And Puzzle doesn't have anything in his main base at this point to defend against the drop. He didn't see it.
Yeah, you're right.
With the good timing, this could kill a lot of probes and take down the economy. Because he doesn't move in right away. So if this coincidence with Puzzle's warp in, then he has a huge problem at hand. And here we go.
He just warped in, and as soon as the Stalkers are shown, which they have been by the Marine, he goes for the drop in the main. And like you said, no warp-ins available. This is a problem. He does now have 2 Stalkers being able to warp in, but so many probes lost here already.
Oh my god, look at this. He's burning everything alive. He's taking down so many harvesters.
16 left. That's all he's got. 15.
15, if he killed 14 already, and now of course the Hellions die, but so late. This was so well executed by Reality.
Now 2 command centers, the double siege tanks, and Puzzle should have made a Nexus, I feel. He's now going to try to kill Reality, but with 2 siege tanks, the third one about to pop. Another bunker going down. Yeah, he can kill these depots, but that's about all he's going to be able to kill.
Reality against Puzzle is playing really great here. Another supply depot is going to die though, and now he's supply blocked. This is definitely going to be a problem. Now with the siege tanks play a huge role with the siege tank range, but the harvester count for Puzzle is so atrocious. He finds himself in a really tough spot when he comes down to this one base play.
He's cut 5 queued up right now, and he starts the Dark Shrine. He knows that there's a starport with a tech lab, but he's still desperate here. He's got to make something work. He will not be able to blink up. Takes another shot on the shields.
You can't blink up with this many siege tanks
He may be able to come around the back, but even then, he's only going to be able to maybe attack a refinery. He's going to go for it, though. He's setting up.
But there's another siege tech now sieging up, and oh my god, Puzzle immediately realized that this is a bad idea, and he's already waiting for the cooldown. He wants to get out of there. No, not blinking away just yet, but he saw the...
He needs to!
Yes, he needs to blink back. There we go.
Oh, Puzzle making a Nexus right now. Desperation Nexus.
But with all those... Well, with all the siege that we have, he's just going to move down, move them forward, take control of the low ground, and take his expansion. A pretty cool game here. The Terran player up 20 supply in Reality really impresses me. I think the last time I was this impressed with the Terran was actually when Maru started to show his real skills.
This is such a great decision making and game sense by Reality. By the way, the Dark Templar that he wanted to use are now useless. He even saw the Raven with Observer, didn't cancel. So now he's got a Dark Shrine he can't use. He's got a Templar Archive too. He's basically doing everything here off of one base with no units, which means that all the barracks that are being added by now for Reality, which he will be able to research stem and combat shields with and start to produce marauders with, are just going to roll him over.
Storm is on the way now, and the one thing that's of course important is how is he going to deal with Storm, and at this point he doesn't have a lot. He needs to get this expansion, that's important. Puzzle is completed with his own Nexus, he's on 2 bases now. So what Reality has to do is he has to claim command on the low ground so that he can use his second base and that he gets this extra resources, especially the gas is so important. He needs to add a Ghost Academy if he wants to withstand Puzzle's pressure later on. If he doesn't do anything right now and just keeps building Marines and then suddenly has to face a Protoss player who has Storm in the composition, it's gonna get nasty.
Oh man, I'm loving the game sense of Reality here. Just getting the Raven, for example, knowing the possibility of DTs is there when you have Blink. He's going to take some hits on this command center, but he will be able to save it. He actually wants to bait these Stalkers in, and Puzzle will leave. And now it's time to start mining. Oh, takes an extra hit on his sentry there as well. And Reality, with the next few groups of Marines, can actually just move out and attack. He's got a sensor tower set up, as well as a bunker to stop offensive blinks into his main. He doesn't even have to worry about staying at home anymore. I actually would be a little bit surprised if he doesn't move out soon.
Still, he's up against Storm now. There are 3 High Templars, and the Harvester counts are the same. So if he uses Storm, for example, here on the high ground, this is really scary. He sees 1 High Templar now. And yes, he can win with this army. He has more army supply. He has a great composition. But with good Storms, it just might not happen.
And he's on the watchtower with Templar behind line of sight blockers. This is going to be the best situation for Puzzle, and here it goes! A great storm and a second one as well. He may feed back the Raven, another storm. This is exactly what Puzzle needs. I cannot believe Reality did not actually try to retreat.
As I said, he needs ghosts and he doesn't have them. He didn't scout it, and now he's being forced back. Another storm hits home. A tank dies, second one dies, and Puzzle is in such a cool position right now.
Oh,
he
yeah,
has the
he certainly
expansion
is.
even up a little bit faster because of his opponent was forced on the high ground. And the resources lost are now highly in favor of Puzzle. He only lost 2,900 and Reality lost more than 4,000. These storms killed him. Now he goes for ghosts.
Never walk up a watchtower when you don't know is on the other side. That is the lesson learned here today. Excellent storms from Puzzle. He knew that this is something he would have to do to get back into this, and it's worked so far. Nice aggression with the siege tanks. Reality's on the map now with not a lot of support for these units.
He knows exactly where he can engage. Puzzle, that is, he blinks in, splits his units. Their tanks, they are gone, only Marines left. And well, newsflash with Marines against Stalkers and Storm, this usually does not work. Reality, really a little bit sorry for him. He had a great game and a great position, but now it is suddenly Puzzle who is in control of this game. Hasn't won just yet. Ghost Academy is now done, a little bit too late, but of course a great position for the Protoss player here.
He's killed the Ravens, so DTs are now an option. He makes one of them right now. He's going to Zealot to check for the third base. He doesn't see the third command center just yet, but he will see it soon. And Puzzle has a commanding lead on this game now with his third Nexus going up at the third base location. And Reality's trying to get more units back out, but he's just so low on those right now. And Puzzle is getting his upgrades going, getting +1. He's got a second forge on the way. Reality, on the other hand, is getting his upgrades as well. He's a little bit ahead, but eventually the third base is going to pay off.
There's another thing that you should not forget. We have Reality mined out a lot faster in his main base than Puzzle. His mineral patches will be gone in just a few minutes, and in Puzzle's main base there are a lot more minerals still left because he lost so many harvesters, because he doesn't have mules. He's already getting his third base. His position, economy-wise, is enormous.
It's much better. You're so right. That's actually a really important thing to note. And DT Harass forces more mules to be used. And this is, he even used a stim unnecessarily, so this is a great win. That was DT was well worth it. One scan for one DT when you're on a much better economy situation than your opponent is always going to be a good exchange.
And here comes Reality though. Puzzle has to be still careful. Nice Storm. A lot of these units are so damaged, so low on HP. And of course the Medivacs right now, they have to do overtime to heal back those HP.
Yeah. And Puzzle is in a great commanding position right now with the third base, now mining gas. Both of them have been taken. He's getting more gateways at home. He's filling up the gap with upgrades.
I'm a little bit surprised that we don't see Robotics Bay now that he's on 3 bases. I mean, he has another robotics facility. He must have a base somewhere. Why would you get a second robotics facility if you don't have a robotics bay?
That's a good question. He may start Immortal production, I suppose, but that would be a little bit strange. Maybe he thinks he has it. Either way, Templar going for another storm, and this one was a little bit less successful when he got sniped. Reality is forcing his way down here. He may be able to take that third command center now.
He kind of needs to expand. He's running out of minerals, but actually I like that he used the right side of the map to expand again. So there he has another orbital, and this might actually just help him come back into this match, because Puzzle doesn't know about it. He didn't scout so far, not even with one of his Dark Templars. So this is actually exactly what what Reality needs here.
But he sent a Zealot just now, and it will spot it.
He sees it, yeah. The SCVs are just being sent over in the middle of the map, a bit of a fight.
There's no Templar with this, and he's got a lot of ghosts here. Reality is going to catch several Zealots.
Puzzle, as mentioned before, he has to be a little bit careful. Yes, he's in a good position, but still, he's not out of this just yet. And Reality did not only close the gap in supply, he actually is in the supply lead at this point.
That will change when this DT hits the base, though, as he does not have any units to detect it. DT takes out the Marauder, and now even a scan is not going to be enough to save these SCVs. We'll have to relocate.
+2 attack soon to be done for Puzzle. The armor upgrades being researched as well. Definitely a tough spot for Reality to be in, but he is not out of this yet. He can still win this game. He needs a very good engagement though. He needs to make sure that those ghosts really do a good job. Snipes and EMP is so important at this point.
He's just doing so much damage with these DTs, forcing all the scans. There's no energy on these medevacs really. And Puzzle is ahead in upgrades severely with +3 attack now on the way.
His income is so much better. Not only minerals, but of course the gas with the additional assimilators that he has. This is maybe the most important part at this point.
Yeah. I'm looking at everything here, and Reality's chances are dwindling. He needs an engagement, and he needs it now. The longer this goes on, the less likely he's going to be able to win one of these. This could be his moment. Depends on his EMPs. The rocks are being destroyed. It seems he doesn't know. Okay, now he does. He needs the snipes. He needs those.
He really needs them. There comes... Ah, nice feedbacks, but the storm...
Where are they? There's none. He gets the EMPs, and this is exactly what Reality needs.
That's exactly what he wanted. He's moving in with Stim right now. Can he take down this army? Can he just chase it back? No, he can't. He can drive it back, but he cannot chase it down.
Exactly. A scan reveals the army is still in retreat. There's not much else there. Hidden Nexus for Puzzle on the left side of the map. Not taking it in the center was so smart.
And now he gets his robotics spray a little bit later than expected. The Storm doesn't need anything. Nice control here by Reality. He does a really good job with his Ghost.
And if he hits, though,
if he hits the nice!
Oh, whoa, he hits it! And now I don't know if there's anything that could be overextended with all these zealots at half hit points.
He moves in, no Colossi, no Storms! He snipes every single High Templar. There's still 6 left, but nice that a step here for Reality. And suddenly Puzzle is the one who's down in supply again, and Storm hits, does damage. Is it enough though? The split for Reality. This is so cool.
This is so close here. He's got more reinforcing units joining the mix now. The Medivac energy getting very low. The Stalkers trying to do their hit points, but the DPS is just not enough.
Reality has more army supply than Puzzle at this point. He has his 3rd phase up. This game is so awesome. We don't have Colossi, we don't have a lot of Storms left, but Reality does not have this many units in the middle of the map.
He needs to pull back here. He's going to hold the Watchtower for a second, but it's only going to be a second until the Stalkers arrive. He needs to pull back. He needs to reset his rally point because he's losing a lot of important units, not only Marauders here, but Ghosts as well. Another EMP hits with that Ghost dying breath.
He tries to drive him back here. The production is going crazy at this point. He's trying to get the units back into the picture. But Puzzle now with a huge lead. Another round of warp-ins already hit. And he's taking a gigantic lead in army supply. 57 against 21 now. For a second, Reality was dreaming of reaching the round of 8. But now Puzzle is just moving into his opponent's natural. And he is taking Reality down. GG.
There was a moment, man, of